All right, so the last major point that I want to talk about is how to use your experiences, write about your experiences, just in general, the effect that your experiences in your application have on your chance of acceptance. And spoiler alert, it's a lot. So, in general, your experiences are what are going to set you apart. You can say a lot of really nice and flowery things in your personal statement, but if you don't have the real experience, the hours put in, the just everything that goes along with actually doing rather than saying, then you're going to have a tough time getting into medical school. So let's just go over a few principles. So first off, fill in all 15 slots. It is almost mechanical that when people are presenting applications, they say the applicant filled in 15 of 15 slots, or sometimes they would say applicant only filled 9 of 15 slots, or whatever it was. And it just find a way to fill all 15 slots with meaningful experiences. And you get to choose 3 most meaningful ones. Make those ones where you had the most input, the thing that you had the most effect on. Remember, you're trying to sell yourself to the committee. And if you talk about something someone else did that you were just a part of, it just doesn't carry the same weight as when you were the leader, you took the initiative, and you were the one that made it happen. One of the biggest pitfalls that people will fall into is they'll make shadowing a physician one of their most meaningful experiences, which to them, maybe it was. But if you talk about, hey, I shadowed this physician, we saw this really interesting patient, he treated them, and it changed my life, that may be true, but it doesn't highlight your own ability. It only highlights the ability of the doctor that you were working with. So make sure to use the ones where you really shine as your most meaningful ones. So in experience descriptions, I feel like this is just criminally undercoached on the expectations for writing these. And there are a million different ways that people would write about them. Some people put way too much information and it was kind of garbled. Some people didn't put enough to really let you know what was happening. And there's a lot of good ways to do this as well. Don't let me steer you wrong. But one system that I think you could use that really gets things across in a succinct manner is to break it up into 3 pieces like I've outlined here. So first off, just state what you did fairly blandly. Tell us the brass tacks of what you did and how long it lasted, that sort of thing. So in this example, I'll use my 4-H after school program. I volunteered as an after school mentor for school children for 3 hours a week for 2 years. And so it tells them, okay, it was a fairly decent commitment, 3 hours a week for 2 years. It lasted quite a long time, and they stuck with it. Okay, so just the bare minimum tells them what level of a commitment you had to this and what you actually did. Next, it's best to state how it changed you or the personal impact that it had on you. And so in this example, the children at 4-H often came from underserved populations and difficult social circumstances. It helped me realize how important educational experiences can be in changing this paradigm for them. And that's real. I feel like I learned so much from those kids about life and about the importance of education and seeing the changes in them. And so you state, how did it change you? How did it affect you? So then you take that, so the thing that changed inside of you, how did you use that? What did you do with it now that you've had this, life-changing experience? And so for this example, using the lessons that I had learned in 4-H, I began an international organization focused on providing educational experiences for children in need in an underdeveloped region in northwestern India. So this kind of adds a timeline to it. So my flagpole experience for my application was starting a new charity, a new club to help raise money for children's education in West Bengal. And one of the stepping stones to that was this after school 4-H program that I volunteered with. And so it helps to show longevity. It helps to show how your experiences affect your legacy. And that's a big idea that Benjamin Chan's always pushing is your legacy. What are you leaving behind from your experiences? Because all of our experiences change us, but how did you change the world with your experiences? That's what really counts. It's nice to go on a medical immersion trip for a week or so and get to help other people. But if it didn't change you, if it didn't lead you to action in another area, then all it was a nice experience and not a formative one. So just be very careful with your experiences and make them clear to understand, and help us to know, help the application committee to know how they affected you.